Hello, everyone, for OneWrestling.com. This is Bill Apter at Legends of the Ring. I want to thank James and Terrence from Legends of the Ring giving us a run of the house today. And I bumped into an old friend who's not old, Scotty Hotty.
Yes.
Welcome back to OneWrestling.com.
Thanks, man. It's good to be back, and it's good to be back at Legends of the Ring.
Yeah, now tell everybody, this is now October 2012 when we're taping this. Tell everybody, give them an update on what you're doing these days.
First of all, being a dad, and just doing a little bit of personal training in Orlando, Florida, and in February, I just decided I'm going to go back to school and become a firefighter.
Is that right?
Yeah,
is that right? Well, let's back up a little bit. You said, talking about being a dad, how old is your male or female?
My daughter is 11, and my son will be 8 next week. So,
wow. Can they do the worm?
They can.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're better than me now.
That's a home movie I would love to see. Okay.
Absolutely.
So you've gone into personal training.
A little bit, yeah. I did a little bit. Still wrestling and doing little personal appearances here and there, and getting ready to go to Ireland in January and Scotland sometime next year.
For wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and like I said, going to become a firefighter in February.
So now, what brought here? You were a successful wrestler, still are when you go on the tours. Terrific dad, personal trainer. What is bringing you to wanting to be a firefighter? And where is this? What part of the world? I
live in just north of Orlando, Florida. Okay. So I start school in February in Lake County, is where I live, and it was something I was interested in, and it's tough once you have the greatest job in the world.
Yeah. Not
only to transition to something financially that helps out financially, but also that you have the same passion and desire and
sure.
and just love going to work every day.
Yeah.
Before when I signed with WWF back in '97, '98. I was sitting in a cubicle in an insurance company, and then after being out on the road for, 250, 300 days a year, it's hard to go back to doing that and sitting in a cubicle. So,
sure.
I think firefighter, it's something like I said, I'm interested in, and I think it'll be very rewarding, so. When
you were a little kid, somebody asked you, what did you want to be? Did you say a fireman?
My dad and my uncle were both firefighters.
Really?
And then, from 10 years old on, man, I want to be a wrestler. So since WrestleMania, the first WrestleMania. So.
Yeah, but I could just see the scenario right now. A house is burning down, and someone's got to rescue the kids, and the kids are on the floor, and he drops down to the floor and does the worm and gets through the fire.
I figured you're going to get a too hotty joke in there.
Well, it's not really a joke, but that's great that you're following one of your dreams. I asked this periodically on some separate interviews, and I'm going to ask you this as well. First of all, I know you've seen Rikishi recently and Brian Christopher recently, and tell us what it was like reuniting with them.
It was very cool. It's been it's hard to believe it's been 12 years since the three of us have been together. So it was very cool. Rikishi and I had done a couple things a few years ago, and then Brian and we hadn't seen each other for 5 years. So it's very cool to for the three of us to be back together, especially in this area, in New Jersey, New York. It was such a great area for us, with the garden, and I mean one of the biggest moments I think of our career was the Royal Rumble 2000 when we danced in the garden.
I was just going to ask you about that.
So to come back to this area, which was always awesome for us, is cool, and to do it here for the first time is very cool.
Do you watch the current product?
I do.
Okay, so I got to ask you the cut to the chase. Sure. Brodus Clay.
Yeah.
Could he back then have danced with you?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it didn't even matter if you couldn't dance. It actually was more entertaining if you couldn't dance.
Right. I would have been perfect.
Yeah, I think I told you this last time, but Rob Van Dam was probably the worst dancer that ever danced with us.
Is that right?
Absolutely, and he'll admit it.
Okay, wait. So you've now brought up another topic. He being number one.
Sure.
So let's do the top 5 guys that couldn't dance with you. Top 5 guys, or actually they would be the bottom 5.
Oh,
so Rob Van Dam. Who else?
Oh, Tajiri. Definitely A-Train. Definitely.
I could see that.
Yeah.
2 more.
2 more.
Yeah. This is a tough question, fans.
Sure is. Man, I don't know. Kane never danced with us. We tried and tried. And
I don't think he would have made the cut.
Mick Foley was very entertaining, but very horrible at the same time. The dude loved.
Who would you have liked to have danced with you who never got the opportunity? And it could be anyone, not just in pro wrestling.
Undertaker would have been entertaining.
Undertaker as a dancer,
absolutely.
with Rikishi, Brian Christopher, and you. Wow,
Yeah.
I would have paid to see that.
Kane, I think Kane would do it now.
Wow,
I think he would do it now.
they would have been great in Michael Jackson's Thriller video, wouldn't they?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Anything you'd like to say to the fans before we get back to the matches here?
Thanks for coming out here, and you know, it's always cool to come out and see not only the wrestlers that you worked with for years, but the fans. And like I said, especially in this area, it's cool. And you know, thanks for supporting me over the years.
We're at Legends of the Ring. Scotty Hotty, Bill Apter. We'll see you at the matches.